The member for Wide Bay.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. My question's to the Deputy Prime Minister and Minister for Infrastructure and Transport. Will the Deputy Prime Minister update the House on how the government is putting downward pressure on the cost of living for Queensland families and local small businesses? Are there any risks to our plan to help families and small businesses in a regional Australia?
The Deputy Prime Minister has the call.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. And initially I'd like to thank you for reminding the House that we've been in this chamber for 30 years on this particular spot, because the Australian public are also very thankful of that, because for more than half of that time there's been a Liberal Nationals government in place. And when you have a Liberal Nationals government in place, you can do things like we've been doing as far as mobile phone towers in regional areas, such as the member for Wide Bay's electorate. You can invest in mobile phone towers, and we're rolling them out. 867. I hear the member for McEwen yelling out in his peri-urban seat. Let me tell you, Mr Speaker, mobile phone towers are important. They are important. Not one mobile phone tower is delivered under Labor. And then, of course, we've got the member for Adelaide. How'd that double drop-off go? These are the sorts of policy failures that we saw from Labor for those 6 despairing years. But the member for Wide Bay understands farmers. He understands that they are doing it tough at the moment with the drought throughout Queensland, throughout Victoria and all of New South Wales. He understands small businesses such as Jason and Susan Kinsella's, Moffat-Dale Ridge Winery and Restaurant. They're employing more people. They are benefiting from the tax cuts that we have provided. They will benefit certainly from the lower power prices that we will provide through the default price mechanism, through the ACCC, through security of investment in the power sector, and certainly through the divestiture measures. A tough cop on the beat. If Mr Speaker, those energy companies are going to gouge, are going to have cartel behaviour, then they will be broken up. That is what we're doing as far as the energy sector is concerned. We're underpinning one important thing when it comes to power prices, and that is affordability. That is price, whilst maintaining security, reliability in the system. Now, the member for Wide Bay is absolutely committed to making sure that we have the infrastructure roll out across the nation, that 10-year pipeline of investment, $75 billion worth of investment, $24.5 billion, member for Grainler, of new money in the May budget, $24.5 billion of new money. And it included the $800 million that we are investing in the $1 billion project, Section D, Cooroy to Curra section, the Gympie bypass. That will save lives. That will help truck drivers. That will help tourists. That will help people get to where they want to go sooner and safer. And that's the important policy platform when it comes to infrastructure, making sure that we invest in the infrastructure, whether it's Queensland, wherever it is, whether it's in the member for Wide Bay's electorate. We are rolling out the infrastructure we need, but what do we have opposite? We have a policy devoid Labor Party. That's right, they're devoid of policy. They smash small business. They stand for higher taxes. They stand for higher energy costs.